So, you're expecting a baby, and Ramadan is here. It's a beautiful time, but it also brings up some big questions, doesn't it? Today, we're going to walk through a really smart, practical plan based on expert advice to help you navigate this special time safely for both you and your little one. Right off the bat, let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room. For so many women, it feels like this impossible choice, your devotion versus your baby's well-being. It's a huge emotional weight, and you're not alone in feeling it. And let's be real, for most of us, life doesn't just stop for Ramadan. You're still running the house, you're cooking for iftar, you're cleaning up, and often you're doing it all by yourself. So the real question becomes, how on earth do you manage all that physical work while fasting without putting yourself or your baby at risk? Well, the answer is actually pretty brilliant in its simplicity. It's not about magically avoiding the work. Nope. It's about becoming a master of your own schedule. The whole strategy is about splitting your day into two very different zones, a time for total rest and a specific window for all your effort. See, this whole plan, it all boils down to one single goal: to protect the two things your body absolutely cannot afford to run low on when you're pregnant and fasting. And what are they? Your fluids and your blood sugar. And this is why it's so critical. We're not just talking about feeling a little thirsty or hungry. When your fluids drop, the risks get serious. We're talking dehydration, high blood pressure, even preterm labor. And if your blood sugar crashes, well, that can lead to fetal distress. So you can see why managing these two resources is literally everything. Okay, so we know what we need to protect. The big question is how. It all starts with how you manage your energy throughout the day. So let's dive into part one of the plan, your daily schedule. Think of your day like this. From the moment you have sahur until late in the afternoon, your main job is to rest. Seriously, no big chores. Then, in those last couple of hours right before sunset, that's your activity window. This is when you do the cooking. And everything else, the cleaning, the laundry, that waits until after you've broken your fast. So why is this timing so clever? Well, think about it. By doing all the hard work right before you eat, any energy and fluids you burn through get replaced almost immediately at iftar. You're basically minimizing the amount of time your body is in a deficit, and that just slashes the risk. It's a simple but powerful hack. All right, so we've got the energy management down, but that's only half the puzzle, right? Now we need to talk about the fuel you're putting in the tank during that crucial time between iftar and the next day's sahur. Okay, the magic number to remember here is 8. That's the minimum number of cups of fluid you're aiming for. But here's the key. You have to spread them out. Sip, don't chug. And remember, it's not just water. Soups and natural juices totally count towards that goal. I absolutely love this line from the source material because it's so true and easy to remember. You are not a camel. Our bodies can't store water for later. Gulping down a liter of water right before Fajr isn't going to help you. In fact, your body will just flush most of it out, and it can even mess with your sodium levels. Slow and steady hydration is the name of the game. And for suhoor, your pre-dawn meal, think of it as packing a lunchbox of energy for your body. You want that slow-release fuel, right? So we're talking complex carbs like oatmeal or whole grain toast. What you really want to steer clear of are the simple sugars, like in desserts. Sure, they give you a quick buzz, but a few hours later, you're going to hit a wall. Hard. So, you're following the plan, you're managing your energy, you're eating right. But what if, even after all that, your body starts sending up a flare? When does this beautiful act of faith cross the line into real danger? Honestly, this is probably the single most important question we need to answer. Okay, let's get serious for a moment. There are some signs, some red flags that are completely non-negotiable. If you experience any of these, the advice is crystal clear. You need to break your fast right away. This isn't about choice anymore. It's about safety. And here's the thing. Nobody else is inside your body. No one else can feel what you're feeling. In these moments, you have to be your own biggest advocate. You absolutely have to trust yourself and listen to the signals your body is sending you. So please pay very close attention. We're talking about severe hunger or thirst, feeling dizzy, seeing blurry, or having a headache that just won't quit. Any new pain in your lower belly or back is a flag. And most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, pay attention to your baby's movements. If they slow down or if they stop, that is an emergency. Any one of these signs is enough. Break your fast and get some food and water into you immediately. Now, if you do have to break your fast, it is so important to see it for what it truly is. This is not a failure. It's not a weakness. It is you stepping up and fulfilling the most important responsibility you have right now. It is an act of protection. This beautiful hadith says it all. You are a shepherd, and right now, that tiny life inside you is your flock. Protecting that flock is your greatest duty. And making a safe, responsible choice for your baby is, without a doubt, a profound act of love and devotion.